Hello there, Chelsea here with Healing Embodied. And today I want to address the question, why does it feel so hard to connect to other people? Why does it feel so difficult to feel connected to the people around you, whether that's in your romantic relationships, friendships, family, the world at large? Not being able to feel connected can create a lot of stress and inner turmoil in our lives. We are social beings and we thrive on connection to other people. So today I want to address some of the reasons why it may be difficult for you to feel connected to others. First, you may be carrying a lot of stories in your mind about yourself. Maybe you have stories in your mind about your own worthiness. Growing up, you might have heard over and over, maybe that you're not good enough, you have to be perfect in order to be loved and accepted. And when we carry these stories, when these stories are running in the background of our mind, it impacts how we show up and how we feel in relationships. If we have stories in our mind that we're unworthy, we're going to show up in relationships with a closed heart. Or maybe we're going to pull back, or maybe we might cling. These stories in our mind are literally impacting our interactions on a subconscious level. Another reason why it might feel hard for you to feel connected to others is because you might be overthinking every single interaction. When you are overthinking everything you say or everything someone else says, it keeps you up in your head and out of the moment with the person that you're interacting with. Again, it's keeping you in the stories of what you think someone else might be thinking about what you're saying. And that leads me into my next reason. So many of our interactions with others are based on our own interpretation of what they're saying versus actually listening and being with what they're saying, what they're communicating. Maybe your partner says something and your first reaction is the interpretation or the story you have about what they meant instead of actually hearing and getting clarity around what they really meant. When we react from interpretations of what we think people are saying, it often creates conflict, tension, maybe awkwardness, misunderstanding, and that further creates that feeling of disconnection in relationships. When our mind is running the show, when our mind is in the forefront of our interactions with other people, it often creates a lot of fear, tension, anxiety. Overthinking literally creates tension in our body. And when we're feeling fearful or anxious or unworthy, that creates disconnection. When we feel fear in our body because of all the things that our mind is saying, it literally blocks us from experiencing bonding and connection with another human. You can think of fear and connection as two different branches of the nervous system. And so often our mind creates all of these fear-based stories, all of these fear-based interpretations about ourselves, about the other person, about our interactions, and it keeps us in that state of fear in our nervous system rather than allowing us to experience connection and feel safe and present in our relationships. Feeling connection requires presence. It requires us to come out of the stories and the noise of our mind, the stories about ourselves, the stories about other people, the stories about what we think other people mean or what we think they think we meant. It requires us to step away from all the noise of the mind and into the present moment, truly being anchored in the moment with the other person. And if you've been finding it really difficult to experience connection in your relationships because of all the noise in your mind, and you want to be able to be present so you can feel connected, we have a brand new course. I'm so excited. It's called Get Out of Your Mind. It's happening in June, and you can check it out and find out all the details at the link in the description. I really hope to see you in that course. It's going to be so powerful and teach you the foundational building blocks to being able to get out of the noise of your mind and experience more presence in your life and in your relationship. And until next time, I can't wait to see you live and love wholeheartedly.